Emotional sovereignty, the hidden strength that women instantly recognize. Most men think being emotional is weak, but the opposite of weakness isn't numbness. It's emotional leadership. Stoicism isn't about bottling up emotions or pretending you don't feel pain. It's about leading your emotions rather than being led by them. Picture this. Life hits you with bad news. Your plans fail. Someone insults you. Most men respond with frustration, panic, or impulsive action. But a Stoic man, he takes a breath, assesses, and responds, not reacts. This emotional sovereignty creates a kind of energetic gravity. When a man can feel anger without becoming destructive, feel pain without becoming bitter, or feel fear without being paralyzed. That's power, and women, whether they know it consciously or not, sense that power. It says, this man won't collapse. Under pressure, he's stable. He can hold space for me, for life, for chaos. And in a world of emotional volatility, that's rare, and rare is attractive. 2. Calm presence. The rare energy that changes the entire room. Calmness isn't passive. It's not about being quiet because you're unsure. It's about choosing stillness. Even when the world around you is screaming, a calm presence is magnetic because it radiates inner safety, not just for others, but for yourself. When you walk into a room, people feel your emotional state before you speak. If you're anxious, they feel it. If you're grounded, they feel that too. Women are especially tuned into this. If your energy is scattered, needy, reactive, they'll sense it immediately, even if your words are perfect. But a calm man, he speaks slowly, moves deliberately, makes eye contact without flinching. He knows his pace and doesn't rush to fill silence. Example, she's venting about her day. Most guys jump in with solutions or get overwhelmed. The calm man, he listens, breathes, allows space. That doesn't just make her feel heard, it makes her feel safe, and that safety, it creates emotional intimacy without a single touch. 3. Patience and delayed gratification. The quiet signal of a high-value man. Modern culture is addicted to instant gratification. Likes, replies, hookups, but a man who waits, who delays pleasure, who doesn't demand instant emotional returns, that man is communicating something rare. I don't need, I choose. In dating, this is gold. When you're not in a rush to impress, to escalate physically, or to overshare emotionally, it creates tension, not anxiety, but anticipation. And anticipation is the root of attraction. This isn't about playing games. It's about showing you value, timing, and substance over outcome. A man who waits doesn't waste time, but he also doesn't try to force timing. He texts with clarity, not desperation. He doesn't need an answer in 5 minutes. He gives the interaction room to breathe. Women feel this. They feel when you're not rushing them into a moment because you're desperate for connection, but because you're invested in real connection. This is how trust builds. And when she realizes you're not just patient with her but with life, it signals emotional maturity beyond what 99% of men can offer. 4. Detachment from drama. The most underrated superpower. Drama is a test, and most men, they fail it. They react, argue, try to fix things, or worse, they overcompensate to get back in her good graces. But a Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't reward passive aggression with attention. He doesn't respond to emotional manipulation with anxiety. He doesn't chase, he observes. Why? Because he knows the game man chooses not to play. This isn't about being aloof or uncaring. It's about emotional boundaries. He doesn't avoid conflict, he just doesn't allow chaos to control him. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing to win in conflict is the moment you gain the upper hand in emotional power dynamics. Imagine this. She pulls away emotionally, tests your reaction. Most guys text more, get insecure, start guessing you. You breathe, wait, stay centered. That restraint, that control. It says, I don't react to manipulation, I respond to respect. And that boundary, it's sexy, it's rare, and it earns you something more important than attraction: respect. 5. Self-mastery. The silent power that makes her feel safe and drawn to youth. Strongest men don't dominate others, they dominate themselves. Self-mastery is simple, but it's the hardest thing you'll ever build. It means you wake up early when you don't feel like it. You turn down instant pleasure for long-term gain. You walk away from distractions that don't serve your goals. You stay disciplined when nobody is watching. Women may not always verbalize it, but they feel it in the small details, in how you carry yourself, in your posture, in how little you need to perform or entertain. This kind of discipline creates internal security, and internal security breeds external confidence. Self-mastery says, I can handle myself. I don't need to be managed. I am my own authority. And in a world full of lost, undisciplined men chasing pleasure, the man who is calm, focused, and self-directed is a beacon of masculine strength. 6. Purpose, the invisible magnet that pulls the right people toward you. This is the final trait, and possibly the most powerful. A man with purpose doesn't just look confident, he is confident, not because he's trying to impress others, but because he's deeply aligned with himself. Women can sense when a man's life is already in motion when his goals, values, and path aren't waiting for approval. He's not centering his life around a relationship. He's inviting the right relationship into his life path. That's a massive difference. When a man leads a purpose-driven life, he doesn't overinvest in someone he barely knows. He doesn't chase validation through relationships. He doesn't fold under pressure to be what others expect. He gives attention by choice, not desperation. And when a woman feels that she's not being chased, but welcomed into a vision, she doesn't just feel wanted, she feels inspired. That's the kind of man who builds something lasting. Not just attraction, but legacy. Final words. The world tells you to impress her with wealth, with status, with noise. But what she's really drawn to is how you move when no one is watching. Purposeful, disciplined, unshakable. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she trusts. That's the man she chooses. So if you're one of the few still here, type grim in the comments below to mark yourself as part of this mindset. This isn't a trend. It's not a gimmick. It's a code. And if you live by it, you don't have to chase anything. You attract everything.